The court will call 24 CF 1048, State of Wisconsin versus Taylor Schabusiness appearances.
Stop it. Stop it. Rachel, call. Taylor, stop. You went off on your attorney, Taylor. You went crazy on your attorney.
Yeah, let's just go to secondary.
Taylor, can you walk?
Oh, yeah.
At this point, I'm going to put a motion in the withdrawal from this matter.
September 26, 2023.
There's a courtroom in Green Bay, Wisconsin that sits empty most days now. The cameras are gone. The gallery benches where spectators once gasped empty. September 2023. Those benches were full. A young woman sat in chains, her eyes cold, her demeanor theatrical. The judge read the sentence, life in prison without the possibility of parole. The courtroom erupted, then it emptied, then it forgot. This is Case Within. We don't chase headlines, we follow what happens when they fade. If you're drawn to the stories that don't end with the verdict, subscribe. February 2022. Green Bay. Shad Thyrion, 25 years old. What happened to him was unspeakable: murder, dismemberment, desecration. Taylor Schabusiness was convicted. The jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. But that's not the story. The story is what happened after the gavel fell. What life looks like when you're 26 years old and you'll die in prison. Drop a comment if you followed this case. Most people stopped, we didn't. 3 years later, she's still making headlines, but they're smaller now, still lashing out, still trying to make people look. But what happens when violence stops working? When even your worst behavior can't make you matter anymore? 660, 8,370. That's her number at Taycheedah Correctional Institution, Wisconsin's only maximum security women's prison. The facility sits in Fond du Lac, surrounded by farmland, 900 women, razor wire, concrete, silence. She's housed in the Behavioral Management Unit, the Restrictive Housing Wing, Cell 47B. 8 feet by 10 feet, a metal bed bolted to the wall, a steel toilet and sink combination unit, a small metal desk, one narrow window with reinforced glass that shows a slice of sky. 23 hours a day, she's in that cell. 1 hour of recreation alone in a concrete yard with 20-foot walls. No interaction, no conversation. Meals delivered through a slot in the door. Breakfast at 5:30 a.m. Lunch at 11:00. Dinner at 4:30 p.m. The same rotation. Monday is meatloaf, Tuesday is chicken, Wednesday is pasta. Every week, every month, forever. Showers 3 times a week, 10 minutes supervised. The lights in her cell never fully turn off. They dim at 10 p.m. to a gray twilight that makes it impossible to tell 2 a.m. from 4 a.m. Sleep becomes fragmented, days blur. This isn't solitary confinement by policy. She's technically in general restrictive housing, but the isolation is total. Because the other inmates won't go near her. In prison, there's a hierarchy of crimes. Drug dealers can earn respect, even some killers depending on circumstance. But what Taylor Schabusiness did, the sexual violence, the dismemberment, the hours she spent with Shad's body, places her in a category beyond redemption. Other women in her unit have asked to be moved. Guards have filed requests for rotation off her block. She eats alone, showers alone, exercises alone. And in that isolation, something happens that the public never sees. The defiance fades. In court, she was theatrical, smirking, attacking attorneys, raising middle fingers. But inside Taycheedah, away from camera, there's just compliance. Flat affect, minimal speech, no eye contact. Because here's the truth about life without parole. There's no incentive to perform, no parole board to impress, no good behavior credits, no possibility of release. You are already at the end. So why pretend? Hit like if you're beginning to understand what this kind of time does to a person.
I actually used my body, but like it happened. I just didn't stop. I don't know why. I didn't stop. I felt bad because I'm like, damn, there's gonna be a reason after this. I'm like, might as well just kill it.
But when did you start, cutting up his body?
I don't know, like almost right away. I was sucking and cutting at the same time. I was dismembering the body.
Yep.
There was, I'm going like this with a knife, so there's blood fucking going everywhere, sorry.
As Schabusiness explained, it started as what the victim believed would be kinky sex, but quickly took a darker turn.
You two being intimate, having sex?
It was getting there.
It was getting there, okay. So will this be considered foreplay?
Yeah, it was. And then, I don't know. And then, I just didn't stop. I don't know why. I didn't stop.
You guys done something like this in the past?
Not like that.
Do you use manual strangulation during sex at all? Is Shad like that?
A manual strangulation? Yes.
He likes strangulation?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
he does. Yeah. Yeah,
And you do too, or just him?
both of us.
So when's the last time you guys had sex besides potentially this morning?
Mainly me, but like we didn't even get it. Like, I'm sorry, but we didn't even get it.
Okay, so you didn't. All right, but when's the last time you did do it?
I played with him after. I have no idea, like August.
And what would you guys like to do? Is there a certain role playing that you did with Chad? Or was it just some sort of strangulation? How would you guys basically have sex?
Like, I just want to, you just go, and we go at it.
But does anybody like strangle the other person?
I like doing that alone.
Alright, so you like being strangled, like having your airway, or do you like doing it to somebody else?
I like doing it to somebody else.
Does Shad like to be strangled during sex?
I have no idea. I think so.
Have you done it before?
Yeah, he does. He likes it.
So when he put the chain on his neck, he thought that you guys were going to have kinky sex, right? You think that's what Chad was thinking, maybe?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I was going to do the same thing. I was going in, and I did. And I went in. But then he was like, choke me. But he didn't really say it, so I'm like, he put it on his neck. I already know I'm going to choke him. And I did.
Schabusiness explained a dog chain was brought into the mix. She admitted to using the object to strangle Thyrion.
He likes it.
Alright.
And I was going to walk him like a dog.
And he wanted that?
I have no idea what I was going to do it anyway. There was a ring, and there's 2 rings, and then like you can pull the chain link from under the ring and then pull it back.
Alright, so that a loop at the end of the chain that could go around kind of like a dog choke collar?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do you think it was a dog choke collar?
Could have been. Very much so.
Was it that size?
It was that size.
What size? Was it like a dog chain or a large lock type of chain? You
It
know
was
what I'm
like
saying?
this big. And then, and then I was holding. Yeah.
So silver chains.
Yes.
And he had 2 of them. And what'd you guys do with them?
We put them around their necks.
You did. Okay. And then what were you doing while they were around their necks?
I was strangling them.
You were strangling them.
I was having fun with them.
It was only when Thyrion began turning purple that Schabusiness knew he was dying.
So when did you realize that Shad was not alive anymore?
You know, his face turned purple. He was coughing up blood and he was pissing.
He was pissing himself. His face was all purple.
I still didn't stop. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what the blood and then
So his blood was coming out of his
I kept on
mouth?
feeling his heartbeat. Hearing his heartbeat.
I'm sorry?
Hearing his heartbeat spread.
Okay. Did you hear it stop?
No. Maybe. No.
Okay.
No.
So,
I'm gonna try to do that.
did you figure he was dead then?
Yeah.
That's when Schabusiness admitted to officers she decided, quote, I might as well just kill him.
The chain goes around his neck and you start choking him. And you just realized that he was going to die or what?
I'm just like, I think I went a little too far because I was blacking out while I was doing it, right? And then I thought, and then I look at him, I'm like, shit, he's already purple. I'm like, fuck, I'm like, I don't know if he's fucking, is he good? Is he good? But then when I woke up, during the blackout, I'm like, shit. He was coughing up blood. I'm like, I don't know, I just kept on going.
6:00 a.m. Wake-up call, a voice over the intercom. She has 15 minutes to use the toilet, wash her face, make her bed to regulation standards, corners tight, blanket smooth. 6:30 a.m. Count. A guard walks the tier, checks each cell, marks each inmate present. This happens 4 times a day. Morning count, noon count, evening count, night count. Every day for the rest of her life. 7:00 a.m. Recreation hour if she's approved. Most days she is. She's escorted in handcuffs and leg shackles to the outdoor cage. 20 by 20 feet. Concrete floor. Chain link ceiling. She walks in circles. Sometimes she sits. Mostly she just stands. No weights, no basketball, no interaction. 60 minutes, then back to the cell. 8:00 a.m. to 3:00 p.m. Institutional time. Most inmates work, laundry, kitchen, maintenance. It's not optional, it's part of the system. You work, you earn a few dollars a month, you buy commissary items. But Taylor Schabusiness doesn't work. She's been classified as a security risk, violent, unpredictable. So she sits in her cell for 7 hours. No TV, no phone calls, those are restricted for her security level. No programming, no classes, no therapy groups. Just the cell, the window, the sounds of the unit, metal doors, echoing voices, footsteps. Some inmates read. She doesn't request books often. When she does, they're mostly true crime, biographies of killers, accounts of trials. She's reading about herself in other people. 3:00 p.m. Dinner slot opens. 4:30 p.m. Evening count. 5:00 to 9:00 p.m. Free time in theory. In practice, it means lying on the bed, staring at the ceiling, waiting for the lights to dim. Some nights she's loud, yelling at guards, banging on the door, demanding to speak to a supervisor. Other nights, silence. The guards say it's unpredictable. That's what makes her dangerous. Not constant rage, random eruptions. 10:00 p.m. Lights dim, not off, just dimmed. And the next day begins exactly the same. This is her life now. Not torture, not brutality. Just emptiness, repetition, the slow erasure of individuality under the weight of routine. And she's 26. She could live to 70, 80. 16,000 more days of this, maybe 20,000. Stay with us, it gets worse. July 2024, Medical Unit. A nurse is called to remove a staple from Taylor Schabusiness's arm after a minor procedure. Routine, 30 seconds of work. She attacks. Not in blind rage. She waits until the nurse leans in, then strikes fast, deliberate. The nurse is injured. Staff respond. Schabusiness is restrained, placed in full restraints, and moved to an isolation cell. Incident report filed. Criminal charges. Another court date. December 1, 2025. Brown County Courthouse. She's wheeled and strapped to a restraint chair. 7 deputies surround her. Body cam footage from the attack plays on a screen. The nurse gives a statement. She hasn't returned to work. The injury wasn't just physical, it was the violation, the fear, the randomness of it. The prosecutor asks for 90 days, consecutive. Schabusiness is given a chance to speak. She offers what sounds like an apology, profane, barely coherent, asks for 10 days. The judge sentences her to 90. As she's wheeled out, she raises her middle finger to the gallery. But here's what most people missed. The gallery was almost empty. February 2023, she attacked her defense attorney in a packed courtroom, national coverage. April 2025, attacked another attorney, regional coverage. December 2025, attacked a nurse, local news only. Do you see it? The audience is shrinking. Each act of violence generates less attention, smaller headlines, fewer spectators. She's screaming into a void that gets quieter every time. Inside Taycheedah, the other inmates aren't impressed. The guards just add it to her file. The system absorbs her violence like a sponge and gives nothing back. Because here's the thing. In the outside world, violence creates reaction, fear, attention, power. In prison, violence creates paperwork. 90 days added to a life sentence is like adding a cup of water to the ocean. It means nothing, but it's the only power she has left. So she keeps doing it. Not because it works, because it's all she has. Comment below, is this control or is this collapse? Let's go back to who she wanted to be. In court, she was theatrical, cold, unrepentant. She wanted to be remembered as chaos incarnate, the woman so dangerous, so broken, that she transcended understanding. The media obliged. Headlines called her evil, depraved, monster. She leaned into it. But here, what happens to monsters when the cameras leave? They become inmates. Taycheedah doesn't care about her myth. The guards don't whisper her name in fear. The warden doesn't lose sleep. She is processed, managed, contained. Her file is thick, incident reports, psychological evaluations, disciplinary actions, but it's just a file, one among hundreds. She wanted to be unforgettable. Inside these walls, she's forgettable. The other inmates have their own problems, their own pain. They don't sit around talking about Taylor Schabusiness. They talk about appeals, parole dates, family visits. Things she'll never have. And in that silence, the myth she built, the uncontrollable, incomprehensible force collapses. Because identity built entirely on external reaction can't survive without it. When the reaction stops, the self fractures. Psychologists call it narcissistic collapse. When supply, attention, fear, validation is cut off, the constructed identity dissolves. What's left isn't a monster. It's a 26-year-old woman in an 8x10 cell, trying to figure out how to survive 60 more years of the same day. And she has no answer. Share this if you're starting to understand. The punishment isn't the cell, it's the time. Life without parole in Wisconsin means exactly what it says. No parole hearings, ever, no sentence reductions, no work release, no conjugal visits, no pathway out except death. Taylor Schabusiness will grow old in Taycheedah. She'll watch younger women arrive, serve their time and leave. She'll hear about technological advances through outdated TV programming and second-hand whispers. She'll see her reflection age in the steel mirror bolted to her cell wall, 30, 40, 50, 60. And every single day will be the same. The death penalty offers finality. Execution dates make headlines. There are appeals, protests, advocacy. Life without parole offers nothing but waiting. And waiting is corrosive. The world has moved on. Shad Thyrion's family is rebuilding. The media has new cases. In June 2025, Schabusiness dropped her appeal. No more legal fights, no more hope. Just the cell, the routine, the silence. The only attention she gets now is from researchers, students, channels like ours. She wanted to be unforgettable. She is being forgotten. And here's the final, devastating irony. She knows it. Every attack is a reminder that even her violence doesn't matter anymore. Every empty courtroom proves it. She is disappearing, not into death, into irrelevance. And that might be the cruelest punishment of all. Shad Thyrion was 25 years old. He had a mother who loved him, a life that mattered, a future. Taycheedah Schabusiness will spend the rest of her life in an 8x10 cell, trying to make people remember her name. We remember his. The courtroom is empty, the cameras are gone. The cell remains. And inside it, silence. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe to Case Within. We follow what happens after the verdict. Comment, is life without parole mercy or something worse? If this changed how you think about punishment, share it. Until the next case, stay curious, stay critical, and remember the names that deserve to be remembered.